Nikuphimela bafo. Eh. Uthini ngegame hayi bayishap yabona. Abafana kumele ba improve bafana. Bona bayadlala bona bona ba improve nje bafo.
Ikuphi la kumele ba improve khona and ikuphi la abadlala khona. So between the two things asiqale ngokuthi yini abayenze kahle today.
Yana today defense yabo be sharp ne but attacking kumele ba improve because improving abatheka bayaleka sifuni target man asina target man baf asina target man sifuni target man yethu yabo
Mana ngikubuza uzothi sifuna target man mara asinikeza ibhola target man. So how are you questioning a target man? Yenzeni?
A target man asina target man okay when uthi target man target man wethu
Uranga is a target man. He scored goals for Marumo Gallants.
That's not target man.
That's not target man.
That's not target man.
I pick a target man.
I pick a target man. Yes, Bafo. If someone wano Shalulil, Shaluyako.
Yeah, but Shalulil we all totally ball.
No, exactly.
Sina simnikeza iball.
Ubani.
Urang. Whoa, but man, how can you question a target man if we're not passing him? Because I would understand if he was missing chances.
Who's not passing him?
Everyone.
Umar dukhona ngepass. Ufuna ukuthini?
Today. When did they pass?
When did they pass him? Umar dukhona ngepass. Ufunani futhi?
But there was no pass to Ranga today. Did you see a pass to Ranga one or to Gonzalez? Both of them didn't get the ball.
Regardless ukuthi sibathole pass noma kanjani bafo still sifuna i-target man if no mamela if sine target man Chiefs will win because uma uyakhona ama diagonal passes uyaphasa so sifunani futhi
ngiyakuphikisa
now udol if udol beka khona ama cross akhona sifunani futhi bafo ke ngicadele
but awekho ama chances nje that's the thing awekho siyaphikisana nalo woza bafo ngifuna ukuzokuzwa nanga umuntu siyaphikisana woza ungitshela how many chances did we get for our striker today? How many chances did we create for the strikers?
For me I think like it was too many strikers but yazini ne oh no listen come on don't run away from argument. Listen, the thing is that Usaile udlala yedwa pha because Usaile I saw ukuthi when middle fielder has a ball Usaile doesn't have a chance ukuthi yabo ahlale one touch and then Alanu because Usaile can easily overlap to the left right to the right left no listen can easily overlap to the right to the right inside right so if ever he can get someone who can just get a one touch from him because remember that time he had like almost scored he didn't have someone who's assist but that one was a beautiful goal I correlate because he was he was in the center of the box that's why he scored the goal. If it was on the end of the right hand side because that's why I feel like Usaile could be good if he can play in the center of the box he will score.
When above believe good it Chiefs net target man.
Listen I believe listen
if you check the game Chivariro was there. He played as a point of reference so it was easy for Abu Modi and Ngob to take the ball and pass him. He was able to give the boys direction. When Gonzalez came in, did you saw what happened? We were playing with 10 players.
So do you argue that the Chiefs don't have a target man or Chiefs don't have a person who passes the man?
The problem with Chiefs, it starts with the coach. We lack basics in the game. But now if you look at Johnson, what is happening, the guys are now growing in confidence. But he still needs a midfielder that can unlock our opponents. Then our striker needs to be someone like a Shalulia type or Musona type. Someone who can move on and off the ball.
Thank you, Bob. So, question we need one, someone like Umusona or Shaulili. So it goes back to what we don't have a target man. As long as we totally target man in middle field, it's fine. Defense is improving in confidence. Out 2 touches, 3 touches. Yeah, pull me ball from a mover. But the problem we want is not target man. See, I ping a ball. Where do we go?
But how many balls do we pass back? That's another question.
Exactly my point. Where do you go?
But it's not like those balls they die on the final third. They died in the midfield.
I want to explain something. At this instance, you only have the resources now. What do? These are the players that you're supposed to use. Because complaining now won't solve anything until you use them now.
I'm not complaining, but what I'm saying is, all we need is a target man, and the Chiefs can take the league.
For me, there's one player I'm complaining about. He needs to learn from Katsande. If you were watching the derby, as soon as he played as the anchor man, second half, Pirates were struggling. There were times when he was playing as a defensive midfielder, holding, destroying the tempo of the game, and also adding numbers, but still by being in his position. What's his name? Mtetwa. Yeah. If he stays there in the middle, it's easy for the teams not to destroy us. Yeah. But the moment he moves, what happens? We are being exposed.
Okay, I have another question, because people were complaining after the derby game, bet him or any other time, we play Mtetwa, Mart, and Castillo. What's your opinion on those guys playing together? Because today, Castillo came on from I understand why Ungob was taking, why Castillo came on later, because he was in South America and blah blah blah. But what do you guys make of those three guys playing together? So
remember when Castillo came on, the score was 0-0. So remember, Castillo can score goals for us. You understand? So that's why Castillo came on. You understand? To serve also not only as a target man, but also as someone who can score goals. You understand? Not as do you have something else to say?
Look, for me, I feel like that was a brilliant substitute at that time, and I also feel like this is a good move from Johnson, right, the coach, to put Umat, Umat and Castillo to play the offensive forward, because what you've seen in that game is that the goal came because Umat was offensive. That's why he passed the ball to Sile to score the goal, you see. So if you have that kind of a player who can easily see the opportunities and take advantage of it, that's where you can make a difference. Because if you put a player that will able to get 2 touches, because if you see that goal of Sile, right, Umar didn't play more than 3 touches on that ball, right? He received the ball and he changed the side. He saw Usaile and played the ball. That's what you need in Kaizer Chiefs, and that's why I agree with you, Guti. We need a player, because Usaile, the position that was Ebeguyo at that time, was in the right position. That's why I say Guti, Usaile should play in the middle, not in the right side, because
what are you saying, Usaile? Okay. Are you saying he should play wide or central? Yeah, Mart, Castillo, and Teto at the same time. What's your take?
Using them at the same time, from my understanding, you can't use them because of your midfield is more congested. There is no movement going forward and even backwards. So we are stagnant. Bruh, you can't use 3 holding midfielders. If you saw the game against Pirates, what happened? They were able to unleash us in the middles because of the guys are winning.
Let me tell you why you can, right? Because one of those guys can easily move forward while the 2 others can maintain the central, so that they can easily spot where the player has a side.
The thing is, it hasn't worked. I hear what you're saying, but it hasn't worked. Whenever they've played together, no, it didn't work with them, because it was they didn't start the game.
Did it work today?
Eh?
Did it work today?
No, it didn't. You know why I'm saying it didn't work? Why? Because it was one chance that has happened before. Yeah. We're not saying there are no chances at all. We are saying if you are a team, you want your club to create as many chances as possible. But with them today, they are always defensive.
Listen to me, right? That's what you need in football. One chance. One chance, and Kaizer Chiefs use it, and it won.
How do you create chances without a target man? Exactly.
Let me teach you. Thank you. He answered you. You can't use 3. When you're using what you call 4-3-3 system, you have a defensive approach and an attacking approach. Your defensive approach, it's more of a Klopp approach, where you have 3 midfielders, but 1 remains. The 2 must push as high upfield. But then you have your Pep Guardiola attacking system. He doesn't rely on a defensive midfielder. What happens? The whole team goes forward and backwards. That's why you use the what you call 4-3-3. But you cannot use 3 players of the same caliber. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Because of at first they're not quick. Mteto is not that quick. Exactly. Mart is not that quick. Castillo is not that quick. How the hell are you going to come back if they're all slow? You need players, 1 or 2, that will help you to go up and down the field, to press as much as they can and also help defend. Now using the same players, I'm telling you, my guy, you're going to lose. Because the teams will press you. And there are systems when you have teams like Sundowns. Sundowns, they're smart. They know when you're using slow defenders, what do they use? Allende is forced to play the balls wide. Zwane will be lurking behind them. And that's where they punish you. That's football. And another thing,
That's why we get punished.
another thing about Saile, I prefer Saile to be played as a super sub. And there's another thing again, he's good when he's a super sub because of he's able to read the game from the bench. When he starts the game, reading it, it becomes a bit difficult for him because there are times where you find him, he's a bit lost. But one thing I've learned about him, which I think the Chiefs players must learn, each and every game, read his movement. Whenever he runs on the line, every cross, even today it happened, his ball always passes on the 16-yard, and no one is picking up that ball. Pella, that's just passing to the net, but no one is doing that. You see?
Yes, someone who understands football. No further question. Case closed.
Case closed.
No.
Whoa, I'm coming to you. Tell people to subscribe before you go. Tell people to subscribe.
Subscribe to Cause Nation bafethu nangumjita wethu subscribe anytime sikhona apha Cause Nation.
Nation.
Dango.